guys, my name is Bahle Dlamini and welcome back to the channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and tell a friend that Bahle has a channel. So let's get into it. So I did have a comment from one of you guys asking if I do any personal finance content. I'm not a financial advisor, so anything that I say after this point is the things that work for me, the things that I do to manage my finances as a young single lady with basically a single income household. So living alone and being a single income household, you need to be wary of how you spend your money. You can't just be reckless because you're not balancing it with any other form of income. So I would say that you take the time to look at other ways that you can generate extra income for yourself so that you're not pressured. That's something that I'm actively doing also with this channel, just to make sure that at least there's something else coming in and there's no dependence on one income. We know that things are very difficult in this economy these days. Inflation is up, things are just expensive. So depending on one income can be very stressful. So do take the time to see what you can do to bring in some money. There are channels on YouTube that you can check out where they suggest different things that can help you make money. I think also just think about it, that whatever it is that you're going to decide on, just make sure that it's not taxing or going to be heavy on your primary source of income. So just think about it that way, but definitely something that you have to consider. So let's get into what's been working for me and basically be talking about budgeting. First one for me is that I always need to know how much money is coming in. You need to have that visibility for yourself. How much money do you have? What pot, how big is your pot of money that you have? And in that way, you'll be able to then slice it out to see what areas can you spread it out to. Second one is that have a list of all your expenses, and I mean every single expense, even if it's a 50 Rand. We know that scammers like to pull out 50 Rands because they don't, the bank really doesn't report those amounts, and you're also just not paying attention. So be wary of that as well. Just print your bank statements and have visibility of all the money that is coming out of your account. So have visibility of how much is coming in, how much money do you have, and then also how much money is actually going out. So that's a very good exercise to do, to always print out your bank statement before you do your budget, so that you have visibility, and also your spending habits. It just shows you the coffees that you buy there, the lunches that you go to. It gives you that visibility so that you're able to be realistic with your budget. That's the most important thing, I think. You can have a budget, but if you're not realistic, it defeats the purpose. So be realistic, be true to yourself, and have that visibility of the numbers that you're working with. So after you have visibility of how much you have and how much you normally spend, take the time to then write out your budget. And your budget here is in different categories. So the way that I've done mine, and it is in a book, I write it here in a book, and let me just open it here for you guys so that I'm going to show you the numbers. But definitely, let's see. But definitely there is a budget that I work with. So I've split it between house, so any household expenses, electricity, rates, groceries, home insurance, all of those things, car, and being realistic also with your installment, your petrol amount, insurance, tracker. Then there's also policies and insurance. We have funeral covers, we have life covers. So you need visibility of that, retirement annuities if you have taken things out like that, all your different like device insurance. And but I have TransUnion here because I had my identity, I had my ID stolen, and people did try to use my identity to get credit. So I just took out a TransUnion for them to alert me if anything happens with my ID. And then subscriptions, things like your Spotify, your Wi-Fi, Netflix, Google, all of those things. Savings, how do you save your money? Do you have retirement annuities? Do you put money into a stokvel? All of those things. And also then like self-maintenance and entertainment. So also just being realistic about how much you spend either on nails, lashes, washing your hair, going out, like all of those things. So have those different categories for yourself. Those are the ones that I've chosen for my budget, and it helps me just have that visibility of how much do I actually spend. So I know that things fluctuate all the time, and let me make an example with the going out. You could overspend, so it also comes with a bit of discipline to say, I've put out this amount. If I exceed it 2 days into getting paid, then sorry, my baby, you'll have to go out next month after payday. So discipline also plays a critical role here, but it helps to have that visibility. So it doesn't have to be in a book. You could use an Excel spreadsheet. I'm sure there are other softwares that help you budget that way. So have that visibility, and you use your bank statement to also see your habits, and that'll give you an estimation of how much you need to put out for each item. So once you have that visibility of your budget, then I'd say in your account, if you're able to create pockets or separate little accounts where you can put these monies away, so that it's not just sitting in your main account and waiting for you to remember that, oh, I'd budgeted 500 Rand for this, or I'd budgeted 1,000 for this. So if you're able to do that, put money in the different pockets, so that if you have to go out, you know that you're just transferring that into your main account. Also, if it's savings, you know that it's out of your main account and you're not touching that money. But that's a good segue into the next tip. So the next tip is try to keep your savings away from you. Try to at least have a savings account that has to or that makes you wait a couple of days for you to receive the money. I think that helps you think, do I need it, do I not need it? So it's easy for you to get into a pocket. It's just a quick transfer, but putting it in a 32-day saving, or an investment account where you just have to wait a couple of days, have to submit a request, that can help you just be more intentional about saving and not just having access to the money that you want to put away for yourself. Another one that works for me is having an emergency pocket, and it's a bit tricky because you want to have a balance of, I'm saving money, but I also need enough money for me to be comfortable throughout the month. So you have people who are crazy savers to the point where now they're not living a comfortable life because all their money is in savings, or you have people who just spend too much and they never have enough money for things that pop up. Like, for example, I had issues with my bathroom, so now we need to pay a plumber that is not budgeted for. So that's when an emergency pocket comes in. So just think about those things, just to have some money put away. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. Maybe you can put away like 200 or 300 Rand a month, and it can accumulate, because you never really know what can pop up. You never know. And also, you can't be running to the bank every time something happens to get a loan. So just maybe get into the practice of putting money away into an emergency pocket. And the piece of advice that has been working for me is just do things today that the future you will thank you for, especially when it comes to money. Anything can happen, like anything can happen. So being diligent with having enough money to enjoy life, but also to understand that things can happen. You need to have money to cover things in your space is really, really important. And going back to the point that if you are living alone and you are basically maintaining everything that is happening in your life, you need to be extra vigilant, because, also being the person who asks for handouts all the time, going to the bank, like sustaining your life with credit, is also not a healthy practice. So if you can reach out and find a financial advisor or somebody who's well versed in financial management, just to help you paint a better picture of your financial status, and also just help you plan how you spend your money better. I think you'll be doing yourself a great service. So I hope that helps, guys. That's basically how I manage my money. And I think the biggest takeaway here is try and see if you can get another source of income. it really is not the greatest to depend on one form of income. There's a lot of things. Life is demanding, and it's financially demanding to anybody, and everybody has different needs that they have to service with that money. So try and see if you can get extra income. But that is it from me. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you enjoyed the episode and what resonated with you. Please also continue to share different topics that you'd like for me to share on. I'd really like to impart what I know to you guys. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Especially has a channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. I just wanna dig it out of town and look around.